Hey guys, welcome to PCube, where we watch and talk about music as classical musicians.
Today's song is from the Beatles and it's Something. The name of the song is Something, but I'm sure it's going to be something to listen to. This song is also a request from one of our supporters on Buy Me a Coffee. This is from Alan, so thank you for your song suggestion and for your support. I think he is kind of like on the road of suggesting every song that is written about Patty Boyd. Remember, we listened to two of his requests in the past like 3 or 4 weeks. They were Eric Clapton songs. The first one, Layla, about her and about him not being able to get her. Second one, Wonderful Tonight, when they were married. And then apparently that girl was married to George Harrison, one of the Beatles. And then this song is George Harrison's song about her. So I'm sure she must have been something. And apparently in the comments, I saw some people said that there's like multiple songs about her, like more than 10. I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, but even like 3 songs, I think that's just like a lot to have 3 songs written about you. So I'm really interested to know more about her. And then she definitely was like a huge inspiration for all of these songwriters. So that's very cool. So I think Alan saw that, and then he's just following his storyline to requesting like the kind of like the same theme. So I kind of like that. I'm so excited for this song and like all the story aside, because I was kind of expecting not very unusual or like very interesting harmonies. I already pulled out the music, but I didn't look at it because I don't want to spoil it for myself. But just in case I hear some harmonies and I want to instantly like look it up, we can definitely do that together.
Well, actually, I kind of can relate to her.
Oh, okay.
Not in this big scale, but in smaller scales. I got also some people who could compose 1 or 2 songs.
Oh my God, okay.
And also 2 or 3 people wrote poems about me.
Wow. Okay, I think we found the second Patty Boyd here. That's interesting. Wow, I didn't know all that. I mean, I knew that the poem, that there's one poetry, but I didn't know all that. So I guess good for you. But yeah, like I mean, unfortunately, they're not Beatles, so we don't know any of those songs or poetry.
Yeah,
but that's very interesting to know. So you can relate to this, to her probably a lot. All right, so let's go ahead and listen to this.
Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she woos me. I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how.
I just want to wait 1 second and just appreciate the bass line here. I kind of like am tempted.
I was sure. As I heard it, I was like, she's going to say it.
Yeah. I feel like we should definitely go back and just like have a moment of appreciation for that bass line. I love how, first of all, deep it is, but I love that it's just like not listening to the melody at all. It's like, I'm gonna do my own thing, and somehow it's gonna make sense with the whole thing. So it was so interesting. So let's go back from the beginning and just listen to this together.
Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she woos me. I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how. Somewhere in her smile, she knows something in her style that shows me I don't wanna leave her now. You know I believe in how you're asking me will my love grow. I don't know, I don't know. You stick around now, it may show. I don't know, I don't know.
I just there's so many things I can talk about, but also I don't want to talk too much
Yeah.
because it's a short song. I loved the use of strings in like the most like emotional moments of it, because if you listen to it, there was no strings in the beginning, and then like in the, I guess it was the chorus because it repeated twice, that just suddenly like a glimpse of like some strings, and I feel like that like textured layered and like that string was just so emotional that moment, and it just faded away. But also the rhythms and the drums were so interesting to me because I was not expect the rhythms. If you separate the drum section, I would not expect, or I would not guess that this is from like a very romantic song. Sometimes like the way that he plays very like
Yeah.
very like dramatic and epic like, and then it was like, but it somehow works in this song, but I was not expecting that even from the beginning of it.
But exactly, as you said, when it comes to Beatles, their songs are mostly very short, but in every couple seconds there is something happening, and it has so many things in so many varieties happening that I'm every 2 seconds I'm like, oh, I have to say this. I have to say this. It's such a compact. They always their songs so
Yeah.
compact, and everything it has everything. First of all, there in the beginning it was like something like something percussiony, like a percussion instrument that I've seen these kind of instruments in like old Chinese movies. I don't know how to say it. It's like a very big plate, and they have a very big like stick, and when they hit it, it makes this like very slow reverb, and like very like this, and then the sound is so big. It one time happened in the very beginning kind of, and also another one was kind of happening as the strings came, but it was kind of like it the string sound came really smoothly out of it, that I was like doubting if it's a percussion that comes to the string or it was the strings from the beginning. One of them was that, and the second time was exactly as you said, that how minimal the role of the strings are, and how little they just play one note or something, and they're not it's not like a string focused song, but how much the strings are adding to the song, from the feeling, from the romanticness, or like especially the way that they added to the song, because they're like really in the background, really, or zero sound, or like near to zero sound and in the background, and then they just come with a very fast crescendo, and like this kind of fast like crescendo is like turning up the volume and make a big sound, and this happens like very fast and in a very uh, small amount of time, that it really comes and it just brings so much feelings, and then it goes again, and then it comes and brings, and it's also very interesting that they mix this kind of romantic sound of strings with this, I don't know what the sound is, but it's like this synthesizer, like wow wow, like this kind of thing that is completely unromantic and like I don't know, like so it's a completely different vibe, but it really matches, and it somehow works, that the some of the instruments and some of the sound colors are completely non romantic, or I don't know, non emotional, and then some of them are, and they kind of balance each other, and I don't know, it's so cool. And maybe we can just listen a little more, and
Yeah,
then we
definitely.
talk
But
a
let's
little
listen.
more.
I was looking at the harmonies and I realized very interesting facts, but I don't want to take like 20 minutes to talk about it in the middle of the song. So let's go finish it and maybe.
Something in the way she knows, and all I have to do is think of her. Something in the things she shows me. I don't wanna leave her now. You know I believe in how.
Wow.
The strings bring so much warmness to the, it's like I can see like very warm colors like brown or orange or something that just brings to this like a little colder background of the other instruments. And I really liked how they went like a little far, and they made a journey through the middle of the song, and then they got back, and the transition that they just were like in a very far place, and just the main theme like da, 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 like this just came out of nowhere, and you were not expecting that, and you were like, we're back home. It was so interesting. And also that then the string played the same thing, and then at the end with the very big retardando, like very big drop of the speed. I don't know, it's like the movies that has happy ending, and it's like the heroes are walking through the sunset. Stuff.
I feel like, oh my god, there are so many things. I don't know where to start. But I would say that, first of all, the thing that is very short I want to talk about is how the lyrics match the arrangements so perfectly. Because the lyrics were kind of like, again, like these songs that we listened to, I feel like one of them was actually from the Beatles, that are not so dramatic, like Eric Clapton that we listened to, also Wonderful Tonight. It's just like so real, the very real part of the relationship, or it's just that it's not dramatic, like there's not a lot of like passion in that meaning, but it's just like a quiet love. So it was kind of like that for the delivery of him, and also like the choice of the lyrics and the words. But I love that it kind of went and matched perfectly with the arrangement, as well as you said, for example, the strings were not, again, nothing was flashy or over dramatic, none of the instruments, even though there were so many layers, but each one of them, they had like their specific roles, and they would just come and go as needed. So that really like felt it like together just as one. And I feel like the Beatles songs, usually they're just like one breath, like from the moment they start until they finish. I mean, one reason is that because they're usually short, but even though like we hear some songs that are like 3 or 4 minutes, and they don't have that feel, I feel like everything to the very very small details are just so well thought and so cohesive that it's just the whole song feels like one gesture. And then even if you just listen to it, it's just a flow there's not a single moment that the flow is interrupted. And I was looking at the harmony, and I got to very interesting things, because almost all of the parts have some stepwise motion happening, either in the melody or in the bass line. So I was looking at the beginning of it. The bass line is F and then E flat, and then it's a G7 chord, but the bass is D. So like bum, 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 and then it goes to C. So this is just 4 notes that the bass is playing in the harmony. And then we have like a couple measures on C, C major 7, and all that. And then we get to it again, the second time that we have F again this time, but we don't go to E flat, we go to E, but on a C major chord, and then we go to D7. So again, 3 and then back to G. Now this time we go upward, so G, A, and G7 and back to A. So it's just like very well thought. It's either going up or going down, and I can go on and on. I don't want to like look at the whole song, but that was very interesting to listen to. And it was not just like simple chords. Sometimes they would just change the bass, for example, D in the bass, but the chord is not a D, obviously. It's an inversion of G major or things like that. I don't want to get too into the music theory or the harmony of it. But I feel like that's also a reason that helped with all the cohesiveness of the song, but also matched the lyrics a lot, because most of the verses, it started with like same words. So like having that stepwise motion is just so beautiful. I don't know how to describe. I feel like I'm just over explaining at the same time, but also not explaining, because there's just so much complexity to it that you can talk about it for hours and like really analyze everything. So I don't want to like be too chatty about it. But I feel like it's just also good to just listen.
You're just doing what your t-shirt is.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like perfect t-shirt for like the Beatles songs, because I have the potential in the Beatles song to just go on and on, but I don't want to do that because the song is not that long. Yeah, I think we should bring this video to like wrap this up, because if I go into the mood of talking too much, then yeah, it's gonna be a long one. So, and I feel like with the Beatles, it's I think I've heard like tiny bits, like the intro of it, but the song was new. And I think because it's so new to us, most of their songs, it's just like we are just discovering it for the first time or second time. So there's a lot to say. But obviously, if you guys have been listening to them for like years and possibly decades, you know all about it. So I feel like it's also kind of like not so smart to keep talking about maybe some things that are so obvious to you guys. But anyway, it was such a blast to listen to this song, and we love the storyline that we went. Maybe if we continue that, we can like make a playlist that is just like songs about Patty Boyd. I don't know what else is like sang or written for her, but Alan, if you're watching, we would love to continue this journey. So please let us know about your other suggestions if you have, or like we can just continue this storyline, and that would be interesting. But anyway, thank you guys for watching us, and we hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and drop your comments below about this song or any other suggestions that you might have. If you want to support us more, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.